You ever get just upset about just things that are just the sideline problems of your life, or things that you notice and you notice that they're not even the main problem? Well, we find ourselves in that situation today. So, you might be wondering, what am I talking about? Well, currently online on Twitter with the Gears community and Gears of War in general, we have found ourselves in a little bit of a heated battle. And the problem with that is that both sides are really just firing from the hip at whoever steps up to say anything and at each other. So we're not focusing on that situation right now. I want to talk about a situation involving the main company this falls under, which it's not even really related, but we kind of need to talk about this, the Coalition. Now, why talk about the Coalition, you ask, and not the drama that's currently going on? In case you're wondering, I don't really plan on talking about that today. We're going to touch on it, but we're not going to talk about it a lot because of the fact that there's just a lot of pieces to that machine that's going on. We have talks literally thrown around of federal laws being broken, hitmen, assassination, prostitution, assault, narcissism. The list goes on. At this point, you could also tell me that there's a chicken that's flying around the world dropping atomic bombs. I don't know what to tell you. That could be a truth. I don't know what's real or what's not, but we are going to have to tackle a little of that to talk about the problem with the Coalition. Now, for a lot of people, the Coalition, if you don't know, are the people that created Gears of War, or at least created the new series of it, originally falling under Epic Games and good old Cliff Bleszinski for the original trio. For this one, though, it falls under the Coalition. Now, what does this have to do with the drama going around, like I said, with prostitution, assassination, hitmen? Well, here's the thing. Right now, there is a spat going on between two people known as TN Tantrum and Joshua Ortega. Now, like I said, I am not getting into this because the fact that I have friends that are on either side of the wall on this one, and I do not plan on separating who I call a friend and who is not. This is a spat between two people that has dissolved and evolved in everything. I don't even know where to start, where everyone is just a victim at this point now, and I don't know how to explain it. If the day the dust settles on this, I don't mind talking about it, but there's too many cogs in the machine for that one. Right now, with the Coalition, they have been completely silent for the past 6 months. They have not talked about anything involving their company, games, liking media from other people, nothing. There has been nothing going on with them at all. It's like someone at HQ forgot that Twitter existed, or for all I know, they forgot the Twitter password. That's probably what happened here. Someone up at Central forgot that Twitter, needed a password to get in. They reset their system and they're like, oh no, the password's gone, who knows what it is. Probably typed in password 1 and it finally works 6 months later. So anyway, they finally get in and they see the hoot and the holler that must be going on and say, hey, we have nothing to do with this situation. And basically that's it. So what is going on is that the Coalition has been completely silent on everything in the community, everything involving them, everything involving games, replies, everything has been dead. And that brings you to lead, well, what's going on? And because of the fact that pretty much the Council of Elders has pretty much left and just not done anything, we now have everyone running amok and causing problems. And whenever there is a problem, nothing is ever addressed or talked about or sympathized with. Nothing happens. So that leads everyone to think, okay, if they don't care, why should we? And now everything in the community has devolved into just everyone throwing dookie at one another, really. So we have situations where, like, at one point, the biggest streamer on YouTube, that for Gears of War at least, and biggest content creator, had his account just stolen, just gone, and had pretty much just Elon Musk flopped onto it, and nothing was addressed for that one. And again, I understand these are personal problems and not the company's problems, but you'll see where I'm getting at in a moment. So all of this happens. You have other situations in drama involving people being blackmailed in the Gears of War content creator community. You have situations where people are abusing power. You have all of this stuff. Heck, last night I saw one person was targeted by members of the Coalition like a year ago. I don't know the beginnings of that one, so I'm not even going to touch on names, but all of this stuff is happening. And then you have this situation with two people having a lover's quarrel that has devolved into just outright, like, World War III has begun. And now we have them stepping up for the first time in 6 months, stating, a reminder that all communications with the Coalition or Gears of War comes from our official channels, and our jobs are always posted on the Microsoft career site. Accounts soliciting ideas or offering roles outside of these channels are not associated with the Coalition. Stay safe, Gears. and stay safe we need to, because apparently, by what I gathered from the message at least, is, hey, if it's not us causing it, we wash our hands and it has nothing to do with us. And that's where we find the current spat going on with Joshua Ortega. Now, like I said, I'm not going to touch on this drama. I'm just going to tell you about the individual and tell you why this is kind of bringing in the coalition. So, Joshua Ortega, if you don't know, is involved with a lot of stories with Gears. He was a writer for a lot of the comics that I do enjoy a lot of, and he was involved with the Gears of War games for writing. So that was him. He has done work with them, and he's pretty much seen as, like, up until all of this, a pretty upstanding figure. Someone who was like, yeah, you know, I had a few insider info from back in the day. I had all of this. Nowadays, that's kind of more of like, hey, I'm from the past, you know, like, it was a really good time, here's some info, like, here's some things that I worked on, which is nice, but it doesn't have anything to affect us in the current here and now. And that's where the coalition comes in, saying, since he has nothing to do with us, this really isn't our problem. Which really butters my biscuits to the fact that the only time the coalition, within half a year, wants to step up and say anything is when it has nothing to do with them, and hey, since he's not doing anything for us, we have nothing to do here, so nope, not our problem. And that really just eggs me on into a negative area because of the fact that, and again, the drama going on, of course, I believe that they should probably make a statement or something, but the problem is, when you're not going to say anything for 6 months, and this is what you step in with, you have nothing to say about anything else that has happened, this is your bread and butter of, hey, we have nothing to do with your problems. And that's where we're standing with all of this. We put a kibosh on the problem. The problem's still going to continue. All you did was step in and say, we have nothing to do with this. And I know I'm just hammering it in right now. I know that. But really think about that. This company that is creating AAA title games has not done anything for 6 months. And now they're fully stepping out, finally saying something, and it has nothing to do with their product because of the fact that they let everything else devolve. Now, I understand, like I said previously, the coalition is a major company. You know, they're doing their own thing. People's personal lives are their personal lives. You know, I'm not going to stub my toe on the couch tomorrow and expect a written apology from the coalition that couches exist. I'm not expecting any of that. I am not looking for heat from the current stuff that is going on online. I am not looking for any of that, but no one else is addressing anything going on. It is just nothing but a dumpster fire going on, and I am frustrated beyond hell right now. So, here you go. Here's your little drama alert going on for, hey, the coalition, the people making the games we love, the community that we have created under their flagship. Yeah, guess what? The captain finally got off his ass and said something. So, there you go. That's my little spiel. Take it however you will.